I want to thank you for joining our, it's kind of a conference call, a collaboration between When Home Isn't First and Greenpath Funding. We're going to be doing a series of calls with Brian Frazier. Brian is a sales manager at Greenpath Funding, and you can get all of his contact information there at the website, FrazierHomeLoans.com, as well as WhenHomeIsn'tFirst.com. If you have some real estate questions, certainly check out those websites. Brian, we do want to thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here, Jeff. And this topic is something that a lot of buyers have a lot of questions about. What loan is best for me, and what loan type? And they hear about conventional loans and FHA. And so us going into that topic today, I think, is going to be hopefully enlightening for a lot of buyers out there as far as the different nuances behind each. We've got our typical conventional loan. This is what everybody hears about on the nightly news, especially in the last couple of years with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That's what this loan is. It's a Fannie Mae or a Freddie Mac loan. The loan limits are based on the county that we're in. So higher cost counties such as Orange County will allow for a larger loan than, let's say, regular cost counties such as Riverside or San Bernardino. So it is a little bit different, and you need to be aware of that depending on where you're looking, especially if you're hopping over county lines to find properties. This is the type of loan that people will use for owner-occupied, obviously, with as little as 5% down. Second homes, so if you wanted to buy a vacation home up in the mountains or at the beach or out at the river, this is the type of loan you would have to use for that, as well as your non-owner occupied, your investment. These loans will only allow for up to 4 finance units. Once you get above 4 in a complex like apartments type thing, then it becomes a commercial loan.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
On this program, for your normal owner-occupied, gift funds are allowed. So if you want to buy a house and your parents are going to be able to give you the 5% down, we will allow for that. That's somewhat of a recent change. It never used to be that case, which is why I point that out specifically here. On non-owner occupied, it is not allowed. So you must have your own funds. With conventional loans have a pricing or a rate grid that is based on your credit score and the amount of down payment. The lower the credit score, the lower the down payment. So two kind of bad things, quote unquote, in rates, the higher the interest rate. The higher the credit score and the higher the down payment, the better the rate is. And then there's everything kind of in the middle, if that makes sense. So that's how the pricing is based. When it comes to derogatory credit, that's something that's becoming a lot more common these days. There's a lot of Americans who went through a hard time here in the last 6-8 years. Those short sales, bankruptcies, and foreclosures are frowned upon significantly more with your conventional loans than they are with any other loan type.
Okay.
Once again, loan amounts vary by county. The great part about it is there's a lot of options when it comes to mortgage insurance. No matter what anybody says, mortgage insurance is required on loans when you put less than 20% down. On a conventional loan, you can include it as part of the interest rate, you can pay it on a monthly basis, or you can pay it in one lump sum. One of those 3 scenarios is what's going to work best. The best part about that is it gives us opportunity to create the most flexible loan option that exists out there. Does that make sense?
It does.
So this would be your vanilla regular mortgage, no prepayment penalty, what most people are going to be going into.